Okay, I started this video and my computer acted crazy. I think I pushed a button or something. I don't know. And now I have to retape the video all over again. So this video is going to be exposure therapy. Certain people have different phobias, so this technique is not going to fit someone's phobia. And if they do have the same phobia as I do, this technique may not work for them, and then it may. But my phobias are monophobia, which is an abnormal fear of being alone, no matter what kind of situation. Also, another phobia of mine is agoraphobia, which is I have panic and anxiety going places, going in stores, doing things that a normal person wouldn't have trouble with. So let's get started. Okay, so you're going to take a piece of paper. It could be blank, or it could be lined. It could be construction paper. It's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do that. So you're going to fold it. You don't have to fold it. You can just draw lines. It doesn't matter. You're going to make 3 sections. Okay? You're going to make 3 sections like so. So you're going to list them: green light, yellow light, and red light. Or green area, yellow light, yellow area, and red area. Whatever you want to do. I call it green, yellow, and red light. Anyways, so starting with your green, you're going to list all the things that you can do by yourself or go somewhere with someone or without someone. You're going to list everything that you can do with minimum anxiety or no anxieties at all. So mine is walking to our dumpster by myself or with someone. Okay, and then after you list all your greens, you're going to go to your yellows. Now in your yellows, you're going to list all the things that you do by yourself, or things that you have trouble with doing by yourself, or just overall like going places, going to a store or something, going to that specific store. That sometimes it doesn't give you a whole bunch of anxiety and no panic, and then sometimes it gives you a panic attack. You're going to list all things, and mine was going into a store by myself. Sometimes I have minimum, I don't have a panic attack. I have a minimum amount of anxiety that I am able to manage, but sometimes, if I'm in a store by myself, I have a higher amount of anxiety that I can't manage, and it often leads to a panic attack. So that goes under yellow. Now red. That is going to be our most difficult area. That is going to be if you do something or any type of situation that you immediately have a panic attack, and you can't control it, being in that situation. So you're going to write all that down like so, and you're just going to go, it's okay if you have like just one red light, or one green light. That's okay. Whenever I first started out, my green light was like only 2. My yellow light was like none. My red light was like filled up. So that's okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to evaluate all that you've written down, and the first thing that you're going to start with is something on your green light. Now, I don't know where my pen is. Depending on your personality, you can pick 1 green light, or 2 green lights, or 3 green lights. I pick 3 green lights, okay? Since I have 1 green light written down as an example, you're going to go through all your green lights, okay? And I do this on a separate sheet of paper also. Okay. Sorry about that. It's sticky. Okay. You don't necessarily have to write like this, but that's just me. That you're going to list 3 things on your green light that you're going to work on doing that over and over again. It doesn't have to be every single day, but at least 3 or 4 times a day. Not a day. 3 or 4 times a week. And that could be for 1 week, for 2 weeks, or a month. That's okay. So you're going to write that down right here. I'm going to put walk to our dumpster. Okay. So whatever, how long you want to work at that. So you're going to put like off to the side or whatever, or below it. Put 3 times week for, say, a month. Say a month. Okay. Then you're going to do a yellow light. For me, like I said, depending on your schedule, your not anxiety level, but overwhelmed level, stress level, I guess you would say, that you can pick 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow lights. It don't matter. But I would recommend that you do not pick no more than 2 yellow lights, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So, okay, so you have your red lights here. So you could label this red light whatever you want. And then you can draw a line, whatever. And then over here you can put your yellow lights. Go through your yellow lights. Pick 1 or 2 yellow lights. I picked 2. And say that is go into store by myself. And since I only go to the store once a week, so whenever I do go to the store, I'm going to make sure that my mom stays in the car. That I can go inside by myself with kids. And so you're going to put once or 1 time a week for a month. And with the red light, you're not going to pick anything. Well, you can pick something on the red light. So what I did was I picked only one red light, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So red light. mine is going into Walmart. Or going to Walmart. Yeah, I put going into Walmart. Going into Walmart. Now, since mine is going into Walmart, yours could be a walking down the street. But this is how I am going to set up my red light, managing my red light. Okay, so I have my red light written down. So I'm going to think about baby steps, little teeny tiny baby steps that I can get to moving this going into Walmart and the yellow. So that could be step number 1. Could be hanging out in the car in the parking lot. Hanging out in the car in parking. Okay. If you want to do that, say once or twice a month. It's going to take some time for those red lights to go into the yellow light. This technique, it does have more time. It's a long process, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. To tweak it by your needs. For mine, my red lights, they are very lengthy to overcome, I guess you would say. So, hanging out in the parking lot, in the car, if you don't have anxiety about that, skip that. Say, step 1 is walking up to the front door and say, if you have no anxiety, standing by the front door outside, go inside. Walmart has, well, our Walmart has those little game machines. Once you, if you have anxiety, or if that's out of your comfort zone, you can start there. And you know what? If you start there, your overcome your red light is going to be that much faster, I guess you would say. You can do that depending on if you have family that if you shop there, if your family shops there, I should say. If you don't normally shop there because you have an anxiety, a fear of Walmart, I should say to I don't know what I'm trying to say, but for example, if you have a family that shops there once a week, go with them to do your phobia, your exposure therapy. And that would be once a month, or once a week, and then maybe after that week you can try a little bit further if you're comfortable. But if you're not comfortable, stick with just what you're comfortable. And then over time, in about a month, maybe a month and a half, it might take you 2 months to go a little step further. And I had mentioned in the last video before it got cut off is that whenever you're doing your yellow and red lights, you can um you can make a little note or whatever, of the reason why, I have a panic attack. I have a panic attack going into Walmart because it's it's so big and the ceilings are very tall. I feel like it's gonna come crashing down on me, even though it hasn't fell down yet because I haven't been in there. Um, and because if I go in long ways, trying to think of how to explain it. If I go in, to the middle of the store and I have a panic attack, there'll be no way out. I can't escape. I feel like I can't escape, and that's going to intensify. So you can write that down, and and I'm just going to write it down so I can show you how positive behavior comes into this technique, and also God. Um, if you believe in God, I believe in God. So God has His way in this. Anyway, so going into Walmart is tall, tall ceilings, tall ceilings. It is going to come crashing down on me. Also, it could be maybe there's a lot of people. There will be a lot of people watching me. A lot of people watching. Let's say panic, having a panic attack. Panic attack in the middle of the store with no way out. With no way out. Okay, so you're afraid of tall ceilings. I'm afraid of tall ceilings. Okay, so I'm trying to think of how to do this. Okay, so you're afraid of tall ceilings. I really don't have a suggestion on that. I'm still working on that myself. But it's gonna come crashing down on me. Okay. Behind that, are you afraid that it's unstable? Yeah, I'm afraid that it's unstable. But in your mindset, you have to trust that those workers do know what did know what they were doing to build, that store, so that it will not do that. But also, it's really hard to say, but I'm just gonna say, before you do your phobia therapy or your exposure therapy, always pray to God. How I got over little stores. I can go into little stores, no problem. I may have a little bit of anxiety, but no panic attack. But how I got over that is also we have a Winn-Dixie close to my house, and it's not very small. It's quite big, but no It's smaller than Walmart. It has it doesn't have high ceilings like Walmart. I can go into the major part of Winn-Dixie to get our food, to get our groceries. Um, Before I do that, I pray to God, and I say, Lord, I don't know what's gonna happen in there. I'm afraid that such and such is gonna happen, and I just pray that if such and such does happen, that you are with us or with me, and that you love me, you care for me, and you'll make me, you'll hold me by the hand, and such like that. Prayer is a good thing, and I use prayer. Also, another thing is stress balls is really good whenever you're doing exposure therapy. I do not use stress balls. It's kind of silly, but I use Play-Doh. Yeah. I know a lot of people, whenever I'm doing exposure therapy while I'm out, a lot of people are like, why does she have Play-Doh? That's for kids. But you know what? Over time, whenever you do your exposure therapy and you're out constantly, you really don't care, what what the other person thinks, or whatever. It took me a while to have that mindset. Like, okay, well, I'm not bothering them, they're not bothering me. I'm just gonna go along with what makes me comfortable. If holding Play-Doh and squeezing Play-Doh while I shop around, if that makes me comfortable, I'm gonna do it. So or sometimes I'll pray or I'll talk to God while I'm in the stores. I know there would be no words coming out of my mouth, but it would be like that type of thing, and yeah, I do catch people, look at me like there's something wrong with her. But to be honest, if it helps me and it keeps me comfortable, I'm gonna do it. Also, I do talk to myself, like, if I can't find the mayonnaise, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to this aisle to go get the mayonnaise. Yeah. Stop, Anthony. So yeah, somebody would be like, I think there's something wrong with her, but if it makes me comfortable, I'm gonna do it. Also, knowing your techniques, breathing techniques, knowing that's where the Play-Doh comes in at. If you're squeezing your Play-Doh and you're taking deep breaths, that would feel very calming. It's very calming to me. Also, another thing is you can, if you have a iPod or whatever, listen to music while you're doing exposure therapy. Some people find it aggravating, and it can intensify the anxiety. Sometimes I feel intensifying anxiety whenever I listen to music. Sometimes even whenever I deal with kids. So yeah. But this is just what I do, and I can do another video on exposure therapy in steps of what I have in my binder. Um, if I need to. I hope this helps you out, and I hope I wasn't too scatterbrained in doing this, and I hope everything made sense. Um, so I hope this helps you out to managing your anxiety. Oh yeah, and panic. Okay, bye.